Okay, guys. So it's been a little bit since I've posted some videos, and this one, I thought I wasn't even going to post it, but I thought, you know what? If I can do this, and we are doing this together, because this is my first time ever trying to replace the air filters in the frunk and also in the cabin itself. I thought, you know what? Let's post this video. Let's let other people know that they can do it as well. I am not a mechanic by no means. You know, you'll see, I'm sure, through this video. If you are a mechanic, you'll laugh at me. I'm the techie guy. So this car obviously is perfect for me. I love this thing. But it's definitely starting to get a little smelly in there, smelling like a dog. We've got two dogs, and when I drive for Lyft, I definitely take pets as well. So it's time to replace the filters, but also we're going to clean the HVAC condenser coils in there and everything. So I got that from AutoZone just down the street. So anyway, I started pulling this all apart, and I was like, wait, let me just kind of put it back, and then let me show you. Okay, super easy. This piece right here, no tools needed. This just literally starts to pop up. Just start to pop it, it'll pop all throughout here, up in here. No tools needed to pop it off. Once you've got all the little clips popped off, here we go. And then you've got this piece right here that has to come off. And this is where your air filters are located. And I'll include a link to the Amazon product that I've used. There's lots of other ones out there, of course, but it was a good price. They came with tools if you needed them. I'm using my drill. I'd rather use the drill than the tools they provided. But there are some screws here, and these are the easy ones up on top. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws right here. And then the harder ones are right here, where this frunk, is going to be, the liner of it is going to be placed. Now, I'm sure you could probably pop this thing off pretty easy and get access, but I'm like, if I don't need to, I'm not gonna. So you can just pull it back, and you can pretty much get to every screw. If you use the tool that's the L-shaped, it'll make it even easier. But again, I'm using my drill, so I really had to pull a couple of these way back to be able to access it. And then obviously don't lose the screw, because there is an area where it could fall into. Let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all along here. Okay. Once you have those done, this just pops off. Now, normally you would see your filters. You'd have this one. They actually really don't look like they need to be replaced. But I went ahead and bought them the new ones. This is the old one. It doesn't look like it. It needs to be replaced, but it's going to be located there. They have airflow arrows, pointing downward. So for the new ones, obviously you want to duplicate that. But it's just literally, pull them right out. Pull on the grate here and pull them out. Now, ready to put in the new ones. Here's one already kind of undone. This is Vion is what it's called. It's the HEPA air filter. Has the airflow arrows as well, which is great. So go ahead and just pop this one in. Push it down. Yeah, sits in real nice. Okay. And then on top of that, then we have, this is all one kit or one box from Vion. This is your Model Y carbon filter airflow filter. So then this just goes right on top. And, there's a little bit of space, which is actually kind of surprising. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, like, I don't know, form-fitting maybe. Doesn't really move, though. And then toss this one in, airflow correct way. And there you go. I mean, that's about it. That's pretty simple. Not too bad at all. No tools, special tools needed. The Vion gives you the tools that you need. A little hex wrench with the L shape on it. And then they also give you this one. Not 100% sure what this is used for, but it came in the box for these. But I did not, unless it was you know, for these screws down here to get this whole thing out. Maybe that's why. Again, I didn't feel the need to do it, so, you know. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna button this up real quick, and then we'll tackle the inside cabin one. I also don't like to hunch over. My back over the years starts to hurt after a while, so if I can make it easy on myself, I'm gonna. I really bit my tongue there. If you just saw that, I just dropped a screw, went straight down, it landed on something. So hopefully when I back the car out, maybe I'll jostle it a little bit and I can get that screw out. And then, you know, just as an up close look, here's all the clips that are just easy to really pop off. So it was kind of nice. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to tackle this one. This is the one that I'm dreading. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more difficult. So we shall see. First thing is the panel underneath, right here, up underneath here. I'm going to try and get a good view of bolts. Okay, so those two bolts, and then try and get you another view. Those two bolts allows this whole entire panel to come off underneath. And then once you have that off, then you're able to get into there, taking that off to get to the filters. Whew. No wonder not many people show this underneath here, because what a pain. All right, so this piece right here was kind of stuck. I don't know if I really needed to move it or not, but I just kind of started pulling on this, which then made that piece come off more. And now I have access to here. I had, if you saw, custom floor liners, WeatherTechs, had to take it out. There's no way I was getting this undone enough to get the filters in. So, okay, we're here now. I'm gonna just keep working on this and see if I can get this down a little bit more. All right, so I wanted to quickly show you a video of what I kind of did here. The iPhone overheated though, because it's only like 106 or 7 today, and I had to do this outside. But as you can see, you've got like a air vent right here. And this, let's see if you guys can see it, right here was attached to this piece. I didn't even see it. It wasn't really accessible to see. Once that popped off, now I've got a lot more room to get into there. The only thing I don't like is these cables, you know, being stretched kind of or really taut. I tried to get them undone and I just couldn't figure it out. I didn't do any kind of looking online. The clip system just was weird. But either way, like now I've got a little bit more room. So we're going to see if I got 2 screws off. I think there's a third, and then hopefully we'll have access to the filters. Well, like I said, we're doing this together, right? So videos I've seen online were saying screws had to be removed here. I'm pretty sure it's just this. I don't know if that's because maybe I have 2026 Juniper refresh. I don't know, but it's just that. So depending on what model you have, you may have some screws. You may have that little beige door. All right, now it's time for the evaporator and heater foam cleaner, HVAC, cool it over at AutoZone. Got a little tube here, and then we're just gonna stick the tube all the way down, down into, this is the wrong end, but all the way down into there, right there. Stick it all the way down in there. You can feel the coils if you put your hand in there, and that's what it's supposed to clean. So we'll see how that works. It says, read the directions, of course, but 15 minutes. Supposed to have a little, bucket or something underneath to catch the waste. It's on my driveway, so it's not a big deal. And then, we'll wait 15 minutes and fire it up and get the filters replaced, finally. All right, now we have sprayed all of our foam, and we had to take a little break, by the way. It is now quite a bit darker, and, we are just finishing this up, but, it's kind of hard to see since it's nighttime. Let me see if I can get some light here for you. There we go. Got that. Great. And got the foam all sprayed in there. So now we're going to go ahead and start the car, or, start the AC, run it on high, take it off auto. And I don't remember, how long we're supposed to run it that way for, but I'm just going to do a couple minutes here. And then we'll cut back over to getting these filters installed and buttoning it all up. Okay, so final results. Everything looks pretty good. Pretty much the way it is from the factory, I feel like. Everything's pretty much sealed up. So, yeah, I think we're finally done. And we'll see how it smells in the next couple days, of course. But, yeah, I'm exhausted, though. I don't know if I look it. I know I look it. Let's just be honest. I know I look it. I am sweaty, although it is like 100 degrees in this garage right now, and it's been like 107 or 8 today, so it wasn't ideal. But I'm exhausted from the inside cabin filters. 10 out of 10, I wouldn't do it again. Nope, not again. It's just too awkward, and I think that's a good $150 investment to have someone just do it. Make sure it looks completely factory when it's done. Now, the frunk, 100%. Totally do that myself. But, yeah. Cabin, no thanks. Thank God I had a ratchet set, by the way, for the inside. Ratchet set was definitely key, was clutch. So just know that. The drill really didn't fit anywhere in there. And the tool that came with, the filters, it's not a ratchet set. It's just hand-driven. So anyway, I hope you like this. A little bit more in detail account of getting these filters replaced. A lot of the videos online are very quick, very short. They just kind of tell you, here's what you got to do real quick. They don't give you the real deal. I wouldn't do the cabin ones myself again. See you guys.